I dodged the MHA epilogue like a pro wrote this fic, then boom, the epilogue said, same. What are the odds? Suddenly,
In the Besties Pros GC. At DYNAMIGHT, are you coming to my party tonight? No way. Ha 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 ha, poor Mina. He hasn't changed. Just his age. LMFAOOO going 32 next month. Home of our classmates are literally getting married. Bruh Momo and Jiro's daughter is already turning 5 this year. WDYMs.
Help, I'm still at the restaurant.
LMAOOO, dude, why you gotta do him dirty like that? Duck y'all. Sorry man, I thought it was funny. DYNAMIGHT left the group. Heck nah. Heck yes. Dude, why can't you leave him alone? The guy's been reeling on that shit for years now. What do you mean years? It's been almost a decade, bruh. Ha ha ha, now I'm getting sad too. Apologize to him, Kaminari. I'm on my way to his house, y'all. I feel so bad. Hey, what's wrong, sweetheart? I feel so bad for Bakugo. I mean, you know, he hasn't moved on from him. And it's killing me seeing him like this. That fire in him, it's not the same anymore. Yeah, I noticed too. And Deku, he's been gone so long. No news, no socials, not even All Might knows where he is. Wiping her face, how could he just disappear like that? After everything we fought for. I'm still digging for information. But even Nezu's sources haven't found much. Shoto's tried too, but nothing solid. He's not in danger, just not ready to be found. Kaminari knocks. No answer. He sighs and buzzes again. The door opens. Bakugo, hoodie halfway on, eyes red. Bro, I'm sorry. Whatever. Don't need your pity. Kaminari follows him in. It wasn't pity. It was just dumb humor. I know I crossed a line. I just miss the old days, man. Old days are dead. Kaminari sits, watching Bakugo silently sip a beer. You ever think about reaching out to him? Bakugo slams the can down, not facing him. He left. Didn't even say goodbye, not even to me. Tall glass windows, night city lights of New York. Midoriya stands over a conference table. Unless we merge with Miwari Agency, this company is finished, Mr. Midoriya. Calmly. We're not merging. That wasn't the agreement. Their heir is willing. Lia Miwari already agreed to a personal union to secure the partnership. So you want me to marry her? No one is forcing you, Izuku. But the stakes are clear. You either let your father's legacy fall apart, or build something new with me. Izuku's face hardens. He turns away from the boardroom lights, staring at the starless sky. Inner monologue. Kachan, would you still look at me the same if I came back a different man? The dining room is heavy with quiet. The chandelier light casts a warm but strained glow over the table. Bakugo picks at his food, barely tasting it. Mizuka sits beside him, stiff. Masaru attempts small talk, but it's lifeless. Mitsuki watches everything like a boiling kettle, slamming her fork down. Okay, seriously, this is getting ridiculous. No one answers. Bakugo doesn't look up. Mizuka visibly flinches. We do this every damn week, Katsuki. You sit there. Mizuka tries to act like she's not completely miserable, and your dad and I pretend you're not falling apart. Mitsuki, maybe not now. No, now, this has gone on long enough. Katsuki sighs sharply, finally raising his voice. What the hell do you want from me? Huh, you want me to lie and say everything's fine. You want me to smile like a goddamn idiot and hold Mizuka's hand like I don't feel like I'm suffocating every second she's around. Katsuki, she deserves better than that. And so do you. But you keep dragging her along because you're stuck on someone who left you without a word. That's not love, Katsuki. That's abandonment. You don't know what we had. You think it was some stupid crush. A phase. Oh, I know. You think I didn't notice all those late night calls during your UA years. You think I didn't hear your voice crack when you said his name after Kamino. Or when you stayed holed up for a week after he left the country like a damn ghost. Bakugo's eyes flicker. His jaw tightens, but he says nothing. Mizuka watches him silently, resigned. Inko's my best friend. She still sends me birthday photos of him from overseas like he's just busy, not gone. But every time I ask about his love life, she gets this look, like she's hiding something. Mitsuki. Bakugo slowly lifts his eyes to his mother, stunned. What? She just wants to keep things light, like he's still part of our world. No, you said she sends you updates. Birthday photos, which means you knew he was okay. You knew he was alive this whole damn time. Mitsuki stiffens. Masaru looks uncomfortable but says nothing. Mizuka doesn't move. How long has it been? Since he left. Since he ghosted everyone. Me. And you've just been sitting on that like it's nothing. It's not nothing. Then why the hell didn't you tell me? Because I was trying to protect you. Bullshit. You were already breaking, Katsuki. What good would it have done to feed your obsession? To give you hope for someone who didn't give you the decency of a goodbye. It would have given me a choice. It was my relationship, my pain. You had no right to hide him from me. He was never over him. I knew that, I know that, but I also know you. And I know what it did to you. And I couldn't let you sink even deeper for someone who walked away instead of standing next to you. Maybe he was scared. Maybe he didn't think he could keep up. But at least he loved me. He made me feel like more than just the #1 hero. Masaru tries to calm the room, standing slightly, but Katsuki raises a hand to stop him. You chose to keep him from me. You decided I wasn't strong enough to know the truth. I just didn't want to see you destroyed again. Too late. He walks away from the table. Mizuka watches him go, then slowly follows, without a word, without a look back. The front door slams shut. Mitsuki sinks into her chair, hands trembling in her lap. Masaru touches her shoulder, gently. He would have found out eventually. I know. I just hoped. By then, he wouldn't care anymore. Bakugo opens his phone at 3 a.m. One notification. A private message. From an untraceable number. I never stopped thinking about you. I just didn't think I was enough. I still don't. But if I don't say it now, I might never. Bakugo's hands tremble. He types, then deletes. Types again. Finally. Where the duck are you? He grips his phone tightly, thumb hovering over a name he hasn't dialed in years. You better not be dead, Deku. Instead of calling, he opens the contact details. Empty. Long deleted. He tosses the phone on the couch, frustrated. A cafe, early morning, Tokyo. Uraraka sits at a small table, slowly stirring her coffee. She looks up as Bakugo approaches. She's surprised, but says nothing as he sits down across from her. Katsuki, how much do you know? She hesitates, eyes scanning his face. About. Don't play dumb. Izuku. Where he is. What he's doing. Who he's with. I don't know everything. I swear. But, Suyu mentioned once that there were whispers about Europe. Germany. Then Switzerland. Hero collaborations. But none of it made sense. It's like he didn't want to be found. TCH. He didn't. Katsuki. I'm not asking for your opinion. But, I think you should know something. Last year, Inko mentioned she was worried about him. Said he stopped sending her regular updates. Just occasional photos. No details. She's scared. She's not the only one. He stands to leave, then hesitates. Thanks. For not lying. I hope you find him, Katsuki. But, be prepared if he's not the same. Cut to Berlin, Germany, Midoriya's corporate penthouse. The room is sleek, modern, and quiet. Izuku sits at a long table, facing several grim-looking executives. Lia Maiwari is seated beside him, poised, calm, unnervingly beautiful in her pressed gray suit. A man in a suit speaks sharply in German, but Lia translates for Izuku without missing a beat. They're saying the merger proposal is our last shot. If you back out now, the agency collapses. The overseas branches will all pull out. Izuku nods slowly, but his eyes are distant, haunted. I thought I had more time. You did. Until the markets crashed. This isn't the life you wanted. I know that, but we can make it work. You'll keep the company. We'll keep the agency alive. And your legacy. She hesitates. It's the only way, Izuku. Izuku closes his eyes. His hand, beneath the table, curls into a trembling fist. On the screen of his phone near him, half hidden under papers, is a draft message, never sent. Kachan. I did it. I built it all, like I said I would. I'm coming home. Let's call it a day, everyone. Mr. Midoriya will send the details of the next meeting once he has made a decision. He deletes the message silently. Everyone rises, bows slightly, and their secretaries begin packing with quiet urgency. Within seconds, the hum of tension disperses, leaving Izuku and Laya alone in the echo of expensive silence. Izuku loosens his tie and slouches back into the chair, exhaling deeply. Thanks for that, Lei. I'm glad I could help you. Anyway, wanna grab lunch? To cheer you up, Izuku lets out a dry chuckle. I'll pass. I'm not really. Don't even try. I know you haven't eaten since last night. Lei, I'm fine. You can tell me about him. Come on, Izu. I'll even pay. Izuku's eyes widen slightly, then he sighs, smiling despite himself. You're actually the one who's starving, aren't you? Well, yeah, what if I actually am? I just used my last brain cell translating for you in there. Ha 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 ha. Alright, you win. A restaurant in Berlin. So, Izuku raises an eyebrow. The one who still makes you look like you forgot how to breathe. Izuku stares out the window, his shoulders slowly sagging. When he speaks, his voice is tired, but soft. Katsuki Bakugo. Figured. The way your jaw tightens when someone brings up Japan. It's not business anxiety, it's him. I didn't think I was going to miss him like this. I thought if I made something big, something real, I could go back proud. Like I finally earned my place next to him. Laya's smile fades a little, her brows knitting in quiet empathy. But by the time I got close, it was already falling apart. And now, he trails off, running a hand through his hair. Now I'm stuck in a deal that feels more like an apology. I'm not asking you to love me, Izu. I don't even want that. Izuku looks at her, startled. My father wants stability for the Miwari agency. Your name, your legacy, gives us that. This marriage, it's political, and I agreed to it knowing what you left behind. You did, of course. Your heart's still there, in Japan. With him. I just hope it won't destroy you to never go back. Izuku stares down at his tea. His hands tremble slightly. It already is. Laya says nothing. Her gaze is steady, compassionate, but realistic. Then let's do our best. 4 months later, Musutafu, Japan. The city is burning. Explosions rattle the skies. Vox's League of Villains has launched a coordinated assault across 3 prefectures. The once bustling Musutafu now looks like a war zone. Bakugo Katsuki, #1 pro hero, is at the epicenter of Ground Zero. Blood coats the side of his face, and his gauntlets are cracked. His breathing is ragged, but his eyes are sharp, feral. Behind him, Hiroshima, Todoroki, and Mizuka struggle to regroup. We're outgunned. We need evac support, now. Back up ETA 15 minutes. Hold the line. 15's too long. These bastards'll level the block in 5. Katsuki, you're bleeding out. Doesn't matter. We hold them here, or they move in on the shelters. A villain charges from behind the smoke, quirk blazing. Bakugo intercepts with a mid-air blast, but staggers upon landing. Katsuki, you're not healing fast enough. I don't need healing. I need this over with. He surges forward with a massive AP shot, demolishing part of the building and sending rubble raining down. The dust cloud barely settles before a new wave of enemies emerges from the shadows. Katsuki barely turns in time as a villain with a corrosive quirk aims for Mizuka. Without hesitation, he dives and shoves her aside, taking the full blast across his back. No, Katsuki. Bakugo crashes through the wall of a half-collapsed building, disappearing under steel and flame. Silence. Then smoke. Katsuki. The signal on his earpiece goes dead. Berlin, Miwari Hero Holdings. A polished boardroom with sleek windows overlooking a pristine skyline. Izuku Midoriya, now sharp in a black tailored suit, stands at the head of the table. His expression is calm, but his eyes betray him, distant and tired. And so, in light of the finalized partnership and upcoming expansion into Japan, I am formally announcing my engagement to. The door bursts open. Laya's assistant, Pale and panicked, hurries to her side and whispers something in her ear. Her composure breaks. Her hand flies to her mouth in shock. Are you sure? Confirm that again. Izuku stops, mid-sentence. Laya. She lowers her phone, her voice grave. Vox attacked Japan this morning. Multiple hero squads are injured. Your friend, Bakugo Katsuki, he. Izuku doesn't blink, doesn't breathe. He's critical. They don't know if he'll make it through the night. The boardroom goes silent. The executives exchange nervous glances. But Izuku is no longer there. He stares at a distant point on the table, where his trembling hand clenches the edge of a folder marked Engagement and Alliance Terms. Kachan. He turns, walks out. The room erupts into chaos behind him. People calling out, chasing after him, demanding clarity, but Izuku doesn't stop. The folder flutters to the floor, unread. Berlin International Airport. He's changed out of his business attire, now wearing a worn green hoodie, jeans, and a backpack slung over one shoulder. On the phone a few steps away, she's issuing rapid-fire instructions. Cancel the press conference. Push the investor meetings. Hold all media releases. I'll manage everything here. She hangs up, then turns to face him. You booked a commercial flight. We can send a private jet. No time. This is faster. Every second counts. Do you even know what you'll say to him? He hesitates. His throat tightens. His eyes are red, but no tears fall. I don't. But if he dies thinking I stopped loving him, then I'll never forgive myself. She walks forward and straightens his bag strap. Her hands linger for a moment, then she places a hand on his cheek. Tell him everything. You owe him that. I owe him my entire life. The final boarding call echoes through the airport. Then go. And come back only if you need to. Not because you have to. He pulls her into a brief, crushing hug. You saved me more than once. And I always will. Just come back in one piece, yeah. He nods, then rushes toward the gate. The camera lingers on her face, still smiling, even as her eyes brim with unshed tears. Japan, late night arrival. The airport doors slide open. Cold wind lashes his face. The smell of scorched concrete and antiseptic wafts in faintly from somewhere far off. He tightens the hood of his green jacket and walks straight out into the Tokyo night, the city glimmering but ghost-like. Come on, Kachan, where are you? Where the hell are you? Bakugo residence, late night. He takes a cab to Bakugo's childhood home. The streets are quiet, too quiet for someone who once knew every crack on this sidewalk. He knocks. No answer. He knocks again, then again. The lights are off. No cars in the driveway. Auntie Mitsuki. Uncle Masaru, please, please open up. He paces, knocks again with more urgency. Still nothing. The neighborhood is asleep. They're not here. No notes, no mail, nothing. He clenches his fists and turns away from the door, stomach churning. The city he fought to protect now feels like it's hiding from him. Todoroki residence, past midnight. He rushes to Todoroki's old place, the large traditional house nestled in a quieter district. The gates are still there, still tall and cold. He climbs up the steps and knocks quickly. Footsteps. The door opens, and standing there is Fuyumi Todoroki, in pajamas, holding a cup of tea. She freezes. The cup slips from her hand and shatters on the floor. Fuyumi. She sways, eyes wide, lips parted in pure shock, and collapses before she can speak. Fuyumi. He lunges forward and catches her just before she hits the floor. Todoroki residence 1:15 a.m. The sliding door closes softly behind Rei as she returns with a warm cup of tea. He sits awkwardly at the low table, eyes sunken, clothes still rumpled from the flight. His hands are trembling as he holds the cup. He hasn't stopped moving since he arrived, until now. She's okay now. Just fainted. You gave her quite a shock. He presses a hand over his mouth, guilt flooding him. I didn't mean to. I didn't know where else to go. It's been a while, Izuku. So long, in fact, that Shoto doesn't live here anymore. That hits like a punch to the chest. He freezes. He moved. About 2 years ago. He and his squad are stationed in Sendai now. They live in a secure compound. After the security breach last year, most of the pro heroes changed their contact details. He slowly sets the cup down, fingers clinking against porcelain. He looks completely gutted. I don't have anyone's number anymore. Kachan's parents weren't home. I don't know where the hospital is. It's probably protected. Of course it is, he's the number one. I'm sorry, I don't know where they took Katsuki either. His mother, she hasn't spoken to anyone outside her circle. She's closed off. Because of me. She looks at him quietly for a moment, then kneels down beside him, her voice steady. She's angry, protective, and hurting. I don't know if it's because of you, but I do know she loved you like a second son. And that kind of love doesn't disappear easily. He bows his head, shoulders starting to shake. I thought I'd come home and everything would fall back into place. That I'd make things right. But I missed everything. I don't even know what everyone's lives look like anymore. He looks at her with teary eyes. I shook Fuyumi. She fainted. Shoto's gone. Kachan's missing. I don't even recognize this place anymore. And, God, I'm so tired, Rei-san. She doesn't speak immediately. Instead, she rises and walks to the cabinet, pulling out a folded blanket and placing it beside him. You've been carrying the weight of years in silence. That's not strength, Izuku. That's pain. He lowers his head, ashamed. You were like a son to me once. That hasn't changed. You're still welcome here, even if just for tonight. She kneels beside him again, reaching forward to gently brush a few curls out of his face, like she would Shoto, years ago. You're not alone tonight, Izuku. That's when he breaks. All the walls collapse. The sob escapes his throat, unrestrained, aching, and he leans forward into her arms. She holds him like a mother would hold her wounded child, rocking him slightly. I was going to come back, when it was all done. When I was worthy again. When I could finally stand next to him without feeling small. You were never small. You were a boy who gave everything. And now, you're here. That's enough, Izuku. We'll start from there. She holds him in silence until his sobbing fades into weary breaths. Then, carefully, she helps him to his feet. Come, I'll make up the guest room. You need rest. And tomorrow, we'll figure it out. Thank you. I'm sorry about earlier. About Fuyumi. She'll understand. I'll tell her everything in the morning. As she starts turning down the futon in the spare room, she glances back at him with a spark of quiet resolve. I'll reach out to the few people I still know. Some of Endeavor's old team might have access to intel. And if it comes to it, I'll speak to Enji. His eyes widen. You'd ask him. He's still in the mental care facility. But he's lucid these days, and more importantly, connected. He still owes debts. To Katsuki, to you, to Shoto. He'll help. He exhales shakily, overwhelmed but for the first time, relieved. Sleep for now. We'll move forward in the morning. Together. As she steps out and slides the door halfway shut, her voice is calm but certain. You're not alone anymore, Izuku. Not tonight. And not tomorrow. Todoroki residence. Front door, 5 a.m. There's a soft knock on the door. Not hurried, not harsh, just steady enough to suggest someone who didn't want to wake the house, but felt compelled to come anyway. Inside, Izuku, sleepless and hollow-eyed, gets up slowly from the guest futon. Rei had gone out an hour ago for groceries, and Fuyumi's still asleep in the next room. He pads quietly to the front door and pulls it open. Standing at the door, dressed in a fitted black hoodie and still half-shadowed by the rising sun, is Todoroki Shoto. He looks up casually at first, but the second his eyes register the figure in front of him, his entire body stills. Midoriya. Izuku swallows hard. For a moment, they just stare at each other, the years, the distance, the fallout, all crashing silently between them. Hey, Shoto. Shoto blinks, once. His hands, which had been tucked in his jacket pockets, now hang awkwardly at his sides, as if unsure whether to reach out or recoil. I didn't think. His voice falters. I didn't know you were even in Japan. I got in last night. He gestures to the hallway absently. There's a long pause. Shoto doesn't move. You're real. You're actually here. Last I checked. Though I've been getting that reaction a lot lately. Shoto steps closer now, cautiously, eyes darting across Izuku's face, as if checking if he's some dream. The tired lines under Izuku's eyes, The slight shake in his fingers, the faint red puffiness that betrays hours of crying, none of it escapes him. Where the hell have you been? The question isn't angry, it's not even accusatory, it's just broken. Trying to be someone I thought I had to be. Until I wasn't. Shoto exhales shakily, and for a moment, he just nods, processing. You know, when Katsuki got hurt, I half expected you to show up. Half hoped, but no one knew how to find you. None of us had your number. It's like you were erased. I didn't mean to disappear. I really thought I had more time. That I'd come back when I could finally face all of you properly. But, his voice breaks slightly, I waited too long. Shoto finally steps inside and closes the door behind him. There's a long silence before he speaks again. Katsuki's still in critical. We've been on rotations with his care team. I just left the hospital an hour ago to get some sleep. You know where he is. They're keeping it under wraps. Hero Hospital, underground sector. Only registered pro-heroes or family members are allowed in. Even some agencies were denied access. Can you take me there? Shoto doesn't answer immediately. His eyes soften. Not with doubt, but with quiet heartbreak. Will you stay this time? Izuku's throat tightens. He nods once, and it's not just an answer, it's a vow. I'm not going anywhere. For the first time since he returned, Izuku sees a flicker of something hopeful in Shoto's expression. Faint, but real. Okay, I'll take you. Todoroki residence. Kitchen, 5:15 a.m. Shoto and Izuku are seated at the kitchen table now, sipping tea in silence, the air still heavy but calmer. There's a tiny flicker of peace, until the bedroom door creaks open. Fuyumi walks in, still groggy, wrapped in a thick lavender blanket like a burrito. She yawns and rubs her eyes. Who's making tea at 5? She pauses mid-step when she sees Shoto, and then sees Izuku. Midoriya, hi again. She stares, once, twice, processes, and, nope, and promptly drops like a sack of laundry onto the floor. That's twice. Oh my god, not again. I didn't mean to. Fuyumi-san. Should I call someone? Is there a blanket? Wait, she's already in one. She'll be fine. Happens sometimes when she's shocked before breakfast. I'm 2 for 2 now. Not sure if I should be proud or horrified. I'm leaning horrified. They both glance down at the unconscious, burritoed Fuyumi. Beat. Well, you wanna help me drag her to the couch? Yeah, might as well get my cardio in. Hero Hospital. Underground wing. Restricted ICU. Shoto steps forward, ID in hand. Izuku walks just behind him, wearing a visitor pass under the name, Midoriya Izuku, emergency clearance. Even with Shoto vouching, the clearance had taken 2 hours. After Kamino 2.0, they tightened protocols. Especially for anyone in the top 3. Right, makes sense. They stop at a frosted glass door with a tiny label, DYNAMIGHT, ICU 07. Shoto doesn't move. You want to go in alone? Izuku hesitates, just for a second. Then nods. Yeah, thanks, Shoto. Shoto gives him a single nod and turns down the hallway, giving him space. Izuku places a trembling hand on the scanner. The door clicks open, and then, the room is dimly lit, washed in cool white and the faint beeping of machines. A steady rhythm, a fragile one. There he is, Katsuki Bakugo, number 1 pro hero, dynamite, unconquerable, explosive, relentless, and he's lying still, quiet, pale against the white sheets, face cut and bruised, chest bandaged and rising unevenly with every breath through the oxygen mask. There's an IV in his arm. Monitors tracking his vitals. His hands, those calloused, battle-worn hands, are limp at his sides. Izuku steps in, slowly. His heart pounds louder than the beeping. His knees nearly buckle. He drags a chair next to the bed, swallowing hard against the lump in his throat. He sits, silent, watching. His eyes burn. You weren't supposed to fall like this. Not you. He reaches out, hesitantly, fingers brushing over Katsuki's. God, I'm so stupid. I should have come home sooner. I should have stayed. I thought I had to be someone better. Someone worthy of standing beside you. But you were never asking for that. His hand curls tighter around Katsuki's. You just wanted me here. The monitor beeps. Nothing drastic, just steady. Izuku lets his forehead rest lightly against their entwined hands. Please don't leave me now, not when I finally came back. A long silence fills the room. A nurse passes quietly outside the glass but doesn't enter. Then, a twitch, so faint it might have been imagined, but Izuku sees it. Katsuki's fingers, barely, ever so slightly, curl back. Catch on. But Katsuki doesn't stir again. The machines beep steadily. Still, Izuku's whole body trembles with a fragile, flickering hope. I'm not going anywhere. You hear me? I'll be right here when you wake up. No more running. No more disappearing. Bakugo residence. Mitsuki Bakugo stands by the window, arms crossed tightly across her chest, eyes locked on nothing in particular. Her phone is on speaker, a call just ending with Ray Todoroki. Yes, he's in the room with him now. He's been crying for hours, Mitsuki. He didn't even ask for food. A long silence. So, he really came back. He never stopped loving your son, Mitsuki. I saw it tonight. Mitsuki's jaw tightens. She doesn't respond, just hangs up. The silence rings louder after. Masaru enters with a cup of tea. Was that Ray again? He's here. Izuku. At the hospital. Are you okay? Mitsuki turns to him. Her eyes are unreadable. He didn't even come to us first. He went to the Todorokis. Probably thought I'd slam the door in his face. Would you have? She doesn't answer. Her grip tightens. The old wound burns. I don't hate him, you know. I just hated watching my son fall apart for someone who didn't stay. Bakugo residence. That night, Izuku stands in front of the Bakugo house. He hasn't been here in years. His hands are stuffed into the pockets of a hoodie 2 sizes too big. It's late, but he knocks. The door creaks open slowly. Mitsuki stares at him. Hi, Auntie. A beat. The word still slips out naturally. Mitsuki doesn't speak. She opens the door wider and walks away, leaving it open behind her. He enters quietly, shoes off, standing awkwardly in the genkan. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. For everything. For leaving. For not calling. For hurting him. Mitsuki pours herself tea, not looking at him. You didn't just hurt him. Izuku swallows. You hurt all of us. You made me watch my son die in pieces every damn day. And you didn't even write. I thought if I came back as someone worthy. He didn't want someone worthy. He wanted you. The real you. Even when you were a crying mess. Especially then. Can I stay with him? Until he wakes up. Mitsuki stares. For a moment, she looks like she might snap. But instead, her shoulders slump. If you're going to stay, stay. Don't vanish again. I don't think he could survive it twice. Fast forward. Hospital ICU. Day 3 to day 14. The days bleed together. Izuku is always in that room. Always with Katsuki. His hair grows messier, his stubble rougher. A duffel bag lies on the floor, half unpacked. He reads aloud sometimes. Hero articles, old manga, his favorite journals from school. He hums songs Katsuki used to hate. Makes dumb jokes. Talks about their old classmates, what he remembers. And sometimes, he just breaks. Day 7. Izuku clutches Katsuki's hand again. Remember when you blew up Minetta's locker cause he drew that comic about us kissing? No movement. I was so embarrassed, but it made me feel safe. Like you were never gonna let anyone shame us. He wipes his eyes. I'm not gonna let anyone shame us either. Not even time. Day 11. A nurse peeks in with a tray. Izuku is curled beside Katsuki's bed, head resting near Katsuki's ribs, holding onto his shirt like it's a lifeline. He's fast asleep. There's an empty notebook on the table. Scribbled across it in blocky, shaky handwriting. When you wake up, punch me. I'll deserve it. Day 14 morning. The steady beeping of monitors fills the quiet space. Izuku shifts awake on the small cot beside Katsuki's bed, exhaustion heavy on his bones. His cheek rests on the cool hospital sheets near Katsuki's chest, and instinctively, he reaches out. His fingers brush against something warmer than usual. They close around a hand. Firm, unexpectedly strong. Izuku's eyes snap open, heart racing. He slowly lifts his head and meets the fiercest, most familiar eyes he's ever known. scarlet, glassy, tired, but unmistakably alive. You're a goddamn idiot. Izuku blinks, stunned into silence for a moment, before a rush of tears well up. Kachan, you're awake. Katsuki blinks slowly, trying to focus, his body weak but his spirit fierce. Deku, you didn't quit on me. Izuku swallows the lump in his throat, voice thick with emotion. Never. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere again. Katsuki's lips twitch, a small smirk despite the pain. Damn right you're not. You're mine. Izuku's tears spill freely now, his hands tightening around Katsuki's. I'm sorry for leaving. For everything. I was pissed off, hurt, thought you didn't want me. But, I'm the idiot for thinking I could handle it alone. They share a shaky breath, the silence between them heavy yet healing. I missed you so much. Yeah, same here. Slowly, Katsuki tries to sit up, grimacing. Hey, take it easy. You just woke up. Don't baby me. I'm number one, remember. Izuku laughs through tears, shaking his head. You're stubborn as hell. They look at each other for a long moment, a thousand unsaid words swirling in the air. I don't want to lose you again, Deku. You won't. I promise. Izuku leans down, eyes burning with a decade's worth of guilt and longing. His breath ghosts over Katsuki's lips, hesitant, hungry. You hate me. Katsuki grabs the collar of his shirt, dragging him down. Shut the hell up. Their mouths crash together, desperate and bruising. It's not soft. It's 10 years of silence, rage, and everything they never got to say, all spilling out between clenched teeth and trembling hands. Izuku is perched on a chair beside him, half asleep, his hand still gently resting on Katsuki's wrist. The room is quiet, peaceful, serene, until, slam, the hospital room door flies open like it's been kicked down by a villain. Inko Midoriya storms in, holding a plastic bag of homemade rice crackers and looking ready to destroy someone with them. Izuku Midoriya. Izuku bolts upright, nearly tipping the chair over. Mom, you've been back in Japan for 2 weeks and didn't even bother to call your mother. Wait, what time is it? You, don't even try to defend him, young man. Enter Mitsuki Bakugo, red in the face and hands on hips like she's about to ban someone from existing. Katsuki Bakugo, I swear to every god above, you woke up days ago and didn't call me. I was gonna, oh you were gonna call your own mother after dying. You didn't tell your mom. You two are back together and now we're extras. Kinda.
Oh, try me, bitch.
This is going great. You didn't tell your mom you were back either. You were unconscious and I was traumatized.
Don't you try to spin this. You show up on National Hero News, clinging to Katsuki's hospital bed like a tragic love interest, and I'm just now finding out from a news article. Twitter, Izuku, I found out from Twitter. And you're too busy being in love to send a damn text message. Do you know how many voicemails I left? I was about to declare you legally dead.
I just got out of a coma, give me a damn break. I will put you back into one. The boys recoil in sync. Inko throws up her hands. I cooked 3 full bento sets every day thinking you were still in Germany. I even gave one to the cat because I thought you were working too hard. Chitama-chan doesn't even eat soy sauce. I raised you better than this, Katsuki. You don't disappear after nearly dying and then just flirt and giggle like you're in some shoujo manga. I wasn't giggling. Yes, you were. That one time with the soup. You said you weren't gonna tell anyone. The soup. You made him soup. Oh my god, you're already living together. Did I miss your wedding? If they're living together, I'm calling the press. I'm owed a mother-in-law announcement.
Sweet Jalebi Spaghetti, why are you guys overreacting?
Katsuki covers his face with a groan. Izuku has gone full tomato. Not yet. We're not. I hope that villain comes back just to knock me out again. Just call us next time, alright? And maybe tell us if you're going to almost die or come back to the country. Yes ma'am. Promise, mom. Darn brats. In the Besties Pro GC. At everyone come over to my bar. We're celebrating his recovery. What is this? Holy Mother of God. Oh my Jesus, what the hell? I think Jesus and hell shouldn't go in one sentence. Mina. Is that Izuku? Holy she, I'm flying over. Dude, take the cab. Duck the cab. I'm already crying. Deku WTFFFF. Now he's crying too. Ha ha ha, hurry up. What branch of your bar? Loudly crying, loudly crying, loudly crying. The one in Sendai. Couldn't bother to go farther. Haha. Could you have not informed us ahead, Todoroki? I literally just found out Bakugo was alive yesterday. Priorities, Iida. He definitely got discharged early because he's finally with Midoriya. Makes sense. He almost died 2 weeks ago and miraculously woke up when the love of his life came back. LMFAOOO. Okay OMW, I'm on the clouds RN, like literally flying. Calm down girl, you're not even licensed for airspace. My emotions are licensed. Wait, is he seriously alive? Like walking and talking. He just screamed at the bartender for not serving his juice cold enough. So yeah, he's back. Yeah, that's him alright. Skull. Wait. So, are they like, official now? Bro, they're sharing a milkshake with 2 straws in 1 glass. In public. That's basically marriage. They haven't kissed yet. I'm watching. Shoto what? LMFAOOOOO, I am deadass. I'm literally across the table. I will report. That is not your job. It is now nail care. BROOOO. Bakugo looks so soft I can't. Izuku looks like a wet puppy. WHO finally found home. Loudly crying. Okay, he just leaned on Bakugo's shoulder. I think he fell asleep. I'm gonna die. That's so cute. I'm literally tearing up in my car. Everyone drive safely please. No. Speed is love. Speed is life. I'm coming home to them. Coming home is wild. And Mitsuki just walked in. Oh shit. Is she holding a slipper? No. Worse. Her purse. Skull. At the bar. You two look like idiots. Mom. What the f are you doing here? And Mitsuki. I mean hello. How did you? TCH. You think your softass reunion wasn't gonna get caught on camera? Twitter's on fire. I'm gonna sue the internet. Anyway, I'm not here to ruin your gross milkshake moment. Your dad and I got invited on some beach trip in the Philippines for a week. You're going on a beach trip? Yes, and then we got another detour to Texas after 3 days. No idea why. Kinda scared of getting shot, but hey, vacation. What? And Mitsuki, that's not funny. Dark humor, baby. Builds character. So what does this have to do with me? We need someone to stay at the house. Make sure it doesn't burn down. You're not exactly trusted, but I'll settle for not dead. We can do that, if you want. Great. No orgies on my couch. And wash the blankets. We don't. Never mind.
Guess who's here?
Surprise, motherfucker. Let's go.
We brought snacks, and wine, and regret. Where's the couple? Oh my god, they're alive.
Oh my god, my Shayla. My Shayla.
Dude's man got snatched within 2 seconds. I'm so dead.
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos, 55 pies, 55 coke, 100 tater tots, 100 pizza.
Todoroki, this is not a fast food establishment. Okay, wait. Where's the after party though? Yeah, where are we turning this into an actual celebration? No, not my place.
Oh yes, definitely your place. Ha 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 ha.
Wait a minute.
何を
They're house sitting. I expect the floor to be shinier than my lip gloss when I return. You party at Bakugo residence. I'll bring the tequila. I'll bring balloons. For no reason. I'll bring muscle. I am muscle. I'ma bring a speaker as big as my will to live. No illegal substances. No loud noises. No fire hazards. Shut up, Iida, or I'll kiss you. Alright, I'm out. Try not to ruin the country while I'm gone. Have a safe flight, Auntie. And stay away from open fields in Texas. Ah, you care. How cute.
Don't break each other's back tonight.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
Subscribe and like this Bakudeku slime if you want more.